Hey, welcome to World Entertainment, and Marvel has just told us something that we've known for what feels like forever. The official cast announcement for Fantastic Four. And it's everyone that was said to be these characters since what feels like October, but apparently it's November. I'm pretty sure Pedro Pascal's name was dropped sometime around October. But we'll have a look at exactly what all of this says and what we can expect. But the casting announcement didn't just give us the cast, it gave us an unrealistic release date. And we'll get into why it's unrealistic. But let's have a look at this. So the company shared on X, "Happy Valentine's Day from Marvel's first family. Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Ebon Moss-Bachrach, I think is how it's pronounced, and Joseph Quinn are the Fantastic Four. Marvel Studios, The Fantastic Four, in theaters July 25th, 2025, it added. Now, Pascal will be Reed Richards, Kirby will be Sue Storm, Moss-Bachrach will be The Thing, and Quinn will be the Human Torch. The Vanessa Kirby and Joseph Quinn are fine castings. Kirby's a good choice for Sue Storm. Quinn, he's got that kind of, what do you want to say, kind of quirkiness about him that he could be that character. Never heard of the dude Ebon Moss-Bachrach. Might have seen him in something, no idea, don't recognize the name. Does he look like the character? Obviously before he becomes the Thing. No, not really. I see a lot of people, I see Gary from Nerdrotic saying the person that should have played it was the guy who played the cop Russo and the villain in Tulsa King. It's usually a bulkier person that takes on the role. It wasn't in the last film, but we know how that film turned out. Never heard of him, so can't really make a comment on what his skills would be like. Pedro Pascal, the dude is casting everything, absolutely everything. But as Reed Richards, a horrendous choice. That is a disaster of a choice. But let's continue with this, and we'll also find out exactly why Pedro Pascal is not even the first but the second MCU Reed Richards, because of course John Krasinski was the first to don the suit and be Reed Richards for all of like what felt like 10 seconds in Doctor Strange before he got turned into spaghetti and his head exploded. So Pascal, Kirby, Moss-Bachrach and Quinn were rumored to nab the roles back in November. I'm pretty sure it was at least Kirby and Pascal. I'm pretty sure it was way before that. Scooper Jeff Snyder even claimed that Pascal landed the role because Feige feared the rest of the cast was way too white. Snyder shared on his website, "I'm told Kevin Feige feared that the cast was way too white. In the words of one insider, Reed Richards would be the character eyed to diversify the cast." Along with claims Pedro Pascal would play Reed Richards due to Feige's racism, Snyder also noted that Kirby would play Sue Storm, Quinn would play Johnny Storm, and Moss-Bachrach would play The Thing. Snyder's reporting regarding Pascal would be corroborated by Deadline's Justin Kroll, who shared insiders add that scheduling is still being worked out, but multiple sources close to the negotiations are saying it's heading in the right direction for Pascal to do this and his other future projects. Well, whoop-de-doo. And here's an interesting part this puts in. By the way, this article is on that Park Place. Here's the interesting part they add into this, which is, given Snyder's reporting on the cast is now confirmed to be accurate, It leaves big questions about the rest of the films, given the scooper also claimed that the Silver Surfer will be gender swapped. Now, there's a few things about that. Rumour has it that the Silver Surfer will be gender swapped. However, the other rumour is that it's not actually the Silver Surfer. It's one of the other ones that's gender swapped. But it's Marvel at this stage. It's the MCU. They'll probably all be swapped. We also have that YouTuber Robert My Burnett, who, if you want to know anything about Star Trek, including the names of episodes, that's the man to listen to. Great dude. He noted that the Thing is reading a Life magazine issue with Lyndon B. Johnson on the cover. The cover is dated December 1963. Given the announcement was made during Valentine's Day, Burnett speculates it will take place in February of 1964. So, with all of this, and their weird little cartoony picture, and the picture, the fact that it seems to be set in kind of the 60s, you got the OG suits on, people are suspecting it'll be somewhat of a period piece, that it will take place in somewhere around the 60s or whatnot. This may just be the way they want to do the announcement, it may not, but it also may be the case. I mean, Blade is meant to be in the 30s and going to deal with racisms, because of course it is. Now let's get to this release date. Here we are in February of 2024, and they're saying it's going to be in theaters on the 25th of 2025. Yeah, not a hope. Not a hope is that happening, because they don't even have a script for this thing. This thing has had as many script rewrites as the Blade movie. They cannot get it right. Every time you're hearing, oh, it's ready to go. No, it's not. It's being rewritten again. They keep losing directors. Everything is going against it. They've just announced the cast, yet they still don't actually have a script locked in. I'm not even sure if it still has the director locked in. I think as well they just fired one of the writers. How are you going to get this thing completely turned around? And one of the interesting things that Chris Gore speculated on this release date, the only way that it's achievable, is that all the visual effects are basically done already. Because we know they film that crap way in advance of ever filming a frame of footage. That's one of the arguments that the visual effects artists have, is that they are literally told, hey, make this look cool, and they just tell them, put something in there, and they're like, well, what is it, what's the scene? And they're just, I don't know, just put flying rocks or something in, and then they do, and then of course the film gets filmed, those scenes don't look right, they don't fit, and then, you know, a month or so before the movies come out, they run back to them and go, here, change all of that. That doesn't work. It's like, that's what you told us to do. This could be another scenario of all the visual effects are already done, which then of course leads it to believe, if they are, they'll probably have to get redone again. This thing, there's not a hope this thing is hitting July 2025. And that apparently is also pushed back because it was meant to come out in May of 2025. And now they've pushed it to July. I think it's going to get pushed to 2026. I do not see this movie coming out next year. And there's another movie, I can't remember which one it is, that apparently they've announced for next year that just has no hope of happening either, because it's even closer apparently, and it's the case, is it Thunderbolts? I think it's Thunderbolts. And it's one of those, how is that anywhere near going to hit that release date when Florence Pugh literally just did an interview this week, I think it is, where she said there's not even a script and she's not even sure it'll happen, and they're releasing a release date for it. Crazy stuff. But there you go. The cast, the worst kept secret ever, because we've known this for months that this would be the cast, is now official with an official, subject to change, release date for Fantastic Four in the MCU. Yippee. That's yay. Anyway, with that, like, share, subscribe, and I'll leave it there for this one. So cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.